Welcome, Wyndham Wanderers, and come on into our home away from home here at the Branson Meadows. Now, I had to think about it.
Mountain Vista.
It is Mountain Vista. One more time.
No,
Okay,
keep going.
Okay, I screwed it up.
Why did you say Meadows? How does that play into this?
That's a good point. So really, there are two resorts across the street from each other in the Meadows and Mountain Vista. They're very similar with some slight differences. As a matter of fact, to check into Mountain Vista, you have to go to the Meadows, set your GPS there to get a room here. I know it's kind of strange. You do get to share the amenities across the board, so if you're at either one of the resorts or the falls, as we previously listed, you can be at all of them. So what are we at here today? We are in a 2-bedroom unit, and it's gonna be a little different. A lot of times we show you when we first walk in and pretty fresh, unpacked suitcases, all of that. We've been living here for quite some time. As a matter of fact, we're very near the end of our trip, and we had 7 people in this resort staying at night, plus an additional 3 coming to visit during the daytime. So we have lived in this thing and got a chance to use it, and hopefully we can share some of our thoughts after that with you as well.
Always important to note, there is our service animal, Mr. Beauregard Jingles here. No, pets are not allowed at Wyndham properties. However, service animals under the law are.
Check your ADA laws to know how that all works. We're going to go ahead and start with the guest quarters. This would be the guest bathroom or general bathroom off of everything. So you do get double sinks in here. When you travel, always bring Febreze. It is tight spaces, right? So, but this is nice. I actually like this sink better than I do the one in the master. 2 big sinks, a lot of space between you. 2 people can spread out. You do have a little water closet right here. So we have bathroom here and a nice shower. It's a stepping over, but again.
Go ahead and step on in. Let's see how it works for someone who's 6'2".
6'2". This one would actually be just a little on the short side, but if you get in there, you'll be fine. It's not gonna be bad. It's lean over a little bit, right? So we're gonna step on out of there, coming through here.
But if you have littles, knowing that there's an actual tub is helpful.
It is definitely good. This would be the guest bedroom. Again, pool towels and everything and all that because the rest of our family has gone ahead and gone home, but you have 2 beds in here, so you can sleep 4 people in here. TV, closet. I mean, this is a pretty basic bedroom.
These are 2 full-size beds,
Yes.
not queen beds. So if you're kind of thinking about sleeping arrangements, we had 4 people in this room.
We did.
And over here, the dining table seats 6.
Yes.
Right here, this is where the water heater is in this first closet.
This is kind of a great storage. You can put your suitcases here. Your trash can is in here. I took a little hunting spot there. You can also use for a little bit of a pantry if you really wanted to. On into the kitchen area. This is probably one of our favorite kitchen setups. I'll be honest, I'm not in here that much, but my wife tells me it's really good because she handles most of that. I'm a very blessed man. But it does have the bar seating. You're right in the middle of everything, so it's easy to serve, good for cooking area. She did say dishwasher, nice, good full-size fridge, stove, microwave, all the basics you need. Does not come with the soda stream. We added that. Good cabinet space with, all of your typical Wyndham serving. I don't think anything was lacking there.
No, and something kind of nice, Wyndham properties do have crock pots that you can call to see if they have available for checking out and using during the duration of your stay. So once you get there, or if you want to call ahead just to see, hey, is this something that this property even offers? Initially, when we first started our ownership about 10 years ago, no, that was not something that Wyndham had available for you to be able to check out and use. Things that set this kitchen apart from the others, if you go over to the Meadows property, your bar area does not include stools. So that seating that we get here at this bar is not there in the property across the way. Points are the same for the exact same times and season, but the units are laid out different. So you have your full-size dishwasher, full-size stove, microwave, your fridge, all the different items that you would need. You have your toaster, you have your coffee maker, there is a blender, I think, down here. So all the different items that you would need, plus you have and we've used them mostly the week, but you have your scrub daddy and your dishwasher tabs, dish soap, all that good stuff.
So the thing too, if you ever run out of any of those things, a simple phone call and they will bring you more. They're very efficient, very good about that. We had to get more trash bags. We had 3 little kids, a lot of trash, right? So they will hook you up wherever you need. One thing I wanted to point out, if you watched our most recent video talking about the falls in Branson, I said, hey, the art is often from things locally. I talked about the paddle wheel from the Branson Bell. Well, funny in here, we have the rest of the Branson Bell. So there's no paddle wheel. We had the paddle wheel on the falls, but that in of itself is the Branson Bell that you can take on a nice dinner lake cruise. Over here, this would be more of a good storage pantry closet area, so we have some Christmas stuff in before, our storage, some extra food, and car fridge. So everything's kind of there. There's a lot of closet space here, a lot of storage. I really like that. Living room, I find to be pretty spacious here. You do have a sleeper sofa. Don't mind my phone laying there. So you can pop that out. We did use a sleeper sofa, like I always say, when it comes to Wyndham properties. If your age starts with a 3 and has another number after it, you probably don't want to sleep on that thing, but our children, the littles, really did enjoy that.
Something that we also liked about this unit was we did have family who brought an air mattress with them.
Yes.
We were able to just move this desk over here, fit just fine. That chair we were able to shift over next to the other one by the window. And then if we needed to do an air mattress here on the floor as well, we had the room to be able to do that, which was nice.
And you may be saying, well, why would you need to bring an air mattress if you're going over capacity, et cetera, et cetera? We originally were going to have 8 people stay here. Capacity is 8. But just because you have the capacity rate doesn't mean it's 8 people you want to put in the same beds, right? So that's why the air mattress can come, so you can have separate beds for people that need it without going over the capacity of the room for fire code purposes. Over here, this is a closet. It's just your HVAC, so probably locked, have it open it. It's not, but just an HVAC unit, so nothing to see here. One of my favorite features, and this is one of the things that I actually like about Mountain Vista more than the meadows. This is what makes me like this property a little bit, is the outdoor area there. I just want to point out that stream right there. I like to hear the water. I like to go and walk around that stream. There's a nice path and everything else. So it's kind of a nice area to have.
It does have seating for 4 out here. And
Don't say no fishing.
no fishing or wandering, but there is a little playground. There are some grilling areas. There are some outdoor pools and hot tubs out there. This property does have indoor pools, indoor hot tubs as well. And then, as my husband kind of mentioned, there's a lot of little walking paths throughout this little property, and it's just a really quiet area. This is at kind of a quieter end of Branson, so it's not super noisy, which is nice. You would need a car if you come to Branson. This is not a property that you could come and expect to Uber or take public transportation around.
Definitely a car property. Back in here, this is the master bedroom. Again, it's been lived in, so don't mind all that. It does have a nice window, look at those same streams, decent sized TV, ceiling fan. And you may think this is a small thing, but it's not. The falls, that's one of the things we didn't like about it, is I like the style of the bedroom. It felt very modern, but it didn't have a ceiling fan, and that can be problematic. I really like having a fan, so that's very nice. And we'll go on into the master bathroom area. Very nice master bathroom. We'll start here with a closet. So you have a spot for your clothes, as long as you also got drawers, but this is the only closet you're going to share it, which isn't a big problem. You do have a nice big soaker tub. I know some people hate these, people love them. We like them. See those Epsom salts there. Truth is, my wife does have a knee that gives her problems due to a knee injury. So this is a really nice thing for us to have. You can soak. That Epsom salt helps if you've been hiking or whatever you may have been doing. So we like these. On in here, you have a single sink. So what happens is this becomes my wife's sink because it has more space. So she can spread out, put all of her womanly things here and do whatever it is she does. On into here is another sink. But you can see it's much smaller, and so it has my junk. That's why it's not nearly as organized. Again, for breeze, tight areas, right? You do get a little closet here or not a little closet. You do have your washer and dryer here. This is kind of a knock. I mean, they work fine. Remember talking about how I liked it in the kitchen in the falls? When this thing got off balance one night, and we were running laundry constantly with as many people as we had, it sounded like there was a jet trying to take off. So it can make a lot of noise when it's in the bedroom. A nice walk-in shower. Again, my wife told me to step in. This one, I can easily fit just a little bit better. I mean, it's great. I mean, I've been using it every day, so works out really fine. The light does work. We just don't have it on because it's connected to the fan and it makes a lot of noise. So that's kind of the actual building or apartment. Anything you want to add about this apartment? And I do have something else I want to talk about.
That would be kind of it on this apartment.
So one thing I want to cover, and I guess we'll just keep this fantastic shower in the background, is this. So by doing this after we've stayed here some, it does give us the ability to talk a little bit more about the actual entire property. So some of the things that we did here on property, again, I'm not going to give you blow by blow of our vacation. You want to do your own vacation, you're not wanting to hear about mine. But one thing we really, really liked, right, is we did go to the main area, and they have a little arcade there. It is a pay arcade. We didn't really use that. They had a nice indoor pool area with a nice indoor hot tub. Nothing too huge, but really easy to access. Pool towels right there. You want to haul them back, you just get rid of them. Very friendly staff that took good care of us. We also participated one day in one of the on-resort activities called Family Feud, and we had a great time at that. The kids got a little bit of candy. We got to shout out answers and be goofy, and we had a good time. And the staff was really friendly and fun on that. So they do provide some things that you can do right on site, and we took advantage of the pool probably 3 or 4 days, and Family Feud one day, as well as a walking pass here on resort. So all in all, pretty nice place for that. Anything you want to add about all that?
Nope. So Branson is a great place to come for a family-friendly atmosphere. There are lots of things to go and see and do as well in the area that are both indoor and outdoors. We had a unseasonably warm winter holiday here.
Yeah.
This is a typical destination for us with family at the holidays.
We're very familiar with your family, but if you've never been to Branson, don't sleep on it. It's easy to get to for a lot of the country, being in the Midwest. If you like live music, that's here. If you like live shows, that's here. If you like amusement parks, they have a really good one with Silver Dollar City. In the summer, there's a nice water park with whitewater. Like, there is a lot of things to do here. If you're bored in Branson, guess whose fault it is? It is yours. And I know I sound like a salesman on that, but it's just got a lot going on. So there's something for everybody in this town. Okay, that is all we got, and we will see you all next time. Thanks for wandering with us.
Thank you for wandering with us.